In modern warfare, the availability of technological means of destruction plays a much greater role. This is what Anton Petrovsky, a serviceman of the armed forces of Ukraine, thinks. In his opinion, the new wave of mobilization into the Russian army will not significantly change the situation on the battlefield.
For example, if there are 3 soldiers sitting in a Russian trench now, then after mobilization there will be 10 soldiers sitting there. But if a high-precision projectile lands in that trench, they will all be killed, regardless of the number. Anton Petrovsky, serviceman of the Armed Forces of Ukraine.
Deputy chairman of the Russian Security Council Dmitry Medvedev said that since the beginning of the year, more than 325,000 people had been accepted into the Russian armed forces.
The inspection showed that the training of personnel is carried out at the proper level. The military personnel demonstrate excellent fighting qualities. Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of the Security Council of Russia, reports the Russian agency Interfax.
But fighting qualities alone are not enough to achieve success on the battlefield. Experts say equipment plays an important role, and at the current pace of work of the Russian military-industrial complex, Russia can produce from 150 to 200 tanks per year.
During the year and a half of the war, the Ukrainians, according to the General Staff reports, destroyed more than 4,500 units of tanks and almost 9,000 units of other armored vehicles. That is, we can say that the entire military-industrial complex, including the restoration of equipment, is now several times and in some positions tens of times behind the pace at which the Ukrainian defense forces are destroying this equipment.
Therefore, if the new conscripts are sent to the front without the necessary equipment and weapons, they will be just cannon fodder, experts say.
They are trying to solve this problem in their traditional way, to recruit someone, to catch someone in the cities of Russia, to mold this into some sort of a combat unit, and without waiting for the opportunity to provide them with enough weapons and equipment to train these soldiers. They are thrown to cover certain gaps, which will certainly be formed on the Ukrainian front, since the Ukrainian defense forces are working actively.
Russian military registration and enlistment offices cannot cope with the flow of requests from companies related to military registration. Kommersant writes about this. From October the 1st, fines for legal entities for violations related to military registration of employees will increase sharply in Russia. In some cases, the increase will be from 5,000 to 500,000 rubles. But some companies are afraid not of fines, but of the reaction of their own employees to the events related to military registration.
If the employees of our IT department haven't heard about military registration, quit and leave, there will be no one to work. Representative of one of the critical information infrastructure companies in an interview with Russian edition Kommersant.
Russia began preparations for a new mobilization in the summer. In particular, it raised the conscription age by 2 years and also made it more difficult for men of conscription age to travel abroad. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Yulia Bil, UATV News.